we have to talk about Adam Schiff and a guy by the name of Ed Martin. And Ed Martin is very important in this equation, and I'm going to explain to you why here in just a second. Let me bring up Ed Martin on the screen. So this is Sir Ed Martin, okay? And he is going to be investigating Mr. Pencil Neck Schiff, okay? And I want to show y'all this, because Ed Martin is the guy that Trump nominated to U.S. Attorney in D.C., but Adam Schiff was one of the Democrats, obviously, that blocked him and was very outspoken against Ed Martin. And now Ed Martin is the person investigating Adam Schiff's crimes. So let me read this. Adam Schiff is now being investigated by Special Attorney Ed Martin. And look how absolutely mortified Schiff was during Ed Martin's confirmation process. My gosh, I think Schiff knew what was coming. Now his worst fears have become a reality. Ed Martin is investigating him for mortgage fraud. So let's read what Adam Schiff had to say about Sir Ed Martin. No one embodies Donald Trump's personal weaponization of the Justice Department more than Ed Martin. I'm doing everything I can to block Ed Martin's nomination to be U.S. Attorney for the District of Columbia. Ed Martin may well be Trump's worst nominee, and that's a tough competition. I put a hold on Ed Martin's nomination. Breaking, I'm placing a hold on President Trump's nominee for U.S. Attorney in D.C. For the past few weeks, Ed Martin has been a one-man wrecking ball, threatening opponents, firing public servants, and using his office to chill free speech. His nomination must be blocked. Ed Martin was a stop-the-steal lawyer. He said we should go easier on people who beat cops. So that is what Adam Schiff had to say. Obviously, seems like he's freaking out, or was freaking out a bit about Ed Martin's nomination. Now, obviously, oh crap, what's the chick's name from Fox? Janine? Is that her name? I believe it's Janine. Correct me in the comments if I'm wrong. But we have a good person there in place of Ed Martin. But now Ed Martin is investigating Adam Schiff, and I think he's going down. I think he's really going to go down. But check out this clip of Adam Schiff talking about Ed Martin.
I'm doing everything I can to block this guy from becoming U.S. Attorney for the District of Columbia. This is Ed Martin. Here he is doing an introduction of his friend, Timothy Hale Cuccinelli.
He's an extraordinary man, extraordinary leader now of those who have survived January 6th. And I think he's resisted this, but I don't care because I have I bought this microphone and I want him to come up.
Now you might ask, so what's the problem with that introduction? The problem with that introduction is Timothy Hale Cuccinelli. Here's a photo of Timothy Hale Cuccinelli portraying one of his apparent heroes. Timothy Cuccinelli is an avowed anti-Semite, admirer of the Fuhrer, someone who has talked about wanting to eat Jews for lunch and dinner. This is the guy that Ed Martin is saying is an extraordinary person that we want to hear more for. It's a leader the country needs to hear more from. Really? Does the country need to hear more anti-Semitic bile from this guy? I don't think so. But this is just one of the many reasons why I'm trying to kill this nomination. Let me step back and talk about the office that he is nominated for, its importance, and Ed Martin's other disqualifying characteristics. So this is the U.S. Attorney's Office in the District of Columbia. It is the largest U.S. Attorney's Office in the country. I served in the U.S. Attorney's Office in the Central District of California many years ago. The D.C. office has hundreds of lawyers. It not only prosecutes all of the federal crimes in that area, but it also prosecutes serious local crimes. So in other cities, other jurisdictions, the U.S. Attorney's Office only handles the federal crimes, but this office does both. And because it's the office where the seat of our government is located, it also handles some really important corruption cases involving federal officials.
Yeah, like yours, Mr. Schiff. That's why you were afraid of him, right? That's why you pushed so hard to make sure that he wasn't nominated, that he didn't pass. But now, He's investigating you. Congratulations, Adam. You played yourself. But there's more, okay? Because Ed Martin is not only investigating Adam Schiff, but he's also investigating Letitia James. Here's a clip of Mr. Jamie Raskins talking about it. And of course, he spews out his Democrat propaganda.
That he is now weaponizing the Justice Department.
Well, of course he is. He's on a political revenge tour. Look, in America, if you disagree with a prosecution or a civil lawsuit that's been brought against you, then you mount a defense against it. Donald Trump had high-priced lawyers working for a defense against the civil fraud suit, but he was found guilty and fined $450 million, a debt he owes that is now worth more than $500 million because he still hasn't paid it. I mean, we're talking about a Republican-controlled Senate that was willing to approve Robert F. Kennedy Jr. to be the Secretary of Health and Human Services, but they would not approve Ed Martin, this guy who is an election denier. He participated and helped to organize the events on January 6th, and he's been a J6 lawyer. And now he's just going after Donald Trump's enemies. And he's also somebody who has defended a neo-Nazi and called him a great guy and an extraordinary man and so on.
Oh, man. It's funny how they pick and choose. Interesting how they pick and choose. When's the last time you saw a Democrat call out Joe Biden? I'll wait. And we got plenty of evidence of Joe Biden being racist. This isn't speculation. This isn't, made up, far-fetched reach. We've got a video of Joe Biden calling black kids roaches. You can all watch it for yourselves. And I've actually played it right here on this channel before. Joe Biden calling black kids roaches. We have video of Joe Biden calling Barack Obama the first clean and articulate mainstream black male. When's the last time you heard a Democrat say anything negative about that? Yeah, never. We have video of Joe Biden saying if you have a problem figuring out whether you are going to vote for me or Trump, then you ain't black. When's the last time you heard a Democrat call him out about that racist statement? Never. Exactly. But next up on the chopping block, politically, not literally. Just want to make that clear. Politically. This woman right here, the one that blatantly told everyone who she was going to go after before she went after him.
He's called me venomous.
We will fight back to your attempt to bring Trumpism to New York City.
He's called me disgraceful.
Of the fact that they stole the Supreme Court seat. An illegitimate president and an illegitimate member of the United States Supreme Court.
He's called me radical.
Listen, yes. We know he's crazy. Yes. We know he doesn't have a sound mind. Yes. We know he's out of control. Yes. We know he's losing it. Yes. We know his days are numbered and we will come together.
He's called me a racist.
We've got to stand up to an administration which is too male, too pale, and too stale. Too male, too pale, and too stale. Too male, too pale, and too stale.
Thank you.
Do any of y'all find it cringe how like this, I don't even know who this white chick is, but like this white chick standing behind her that's like repeating things that are completely against her. Too male, too pale, and too stale. Like she's calling you pale and stale. And like, look at these white guys just standing there smiling away. And this white chick was singing along with her.
Too male, too pale, and too stale. Too male, too pale, and too stale.
Like, look at her. Bro, do any of y'all find that cringe? Like, what? You're talking about yourself. Like, I don't understand. That is so weird. And I ain't even white. I'm just like, bro, that's cringy right there, boy. I tell you, man. Calling you pale and stale to your face as you cheer it on. Interesting. Okay. Carry on, though. Carry on. I'll let y'all do y'all thing, I guess. But, man. Anyway. Yeah. So, Ed Martin is investigating Adam Shifty Schiff and Letitia James. And this could get quite interesting.
Washington, what do you know, David?
Well, hi, Dana. Two well-placed sources familiar with the probe tell Fox News that New York Attorney General Letitia James and her office is under investigation by the DOJ here in Washington. We're told that Attorney General Pam Bondi signed off on the probe. Subpoenas were sent to James's office, and there is a grand jury investigation underway in the New York State Capitol of Albany. The specific investigation, my colleague Jake Gibson, Ashley Oliver, and myself are being told involves deprivation of rights, which in plain language means someone in a position of legal authority violating someone else's constitutional or legal rights. Those sources tell Fox News the DOJ is going after James because she took then former President Donald Trump to court, quote, simply because she didn't like him and campaigned on getting him. DOJ, led by Bondi, believes she violated his First Amendment rights dealing with free speech. James has said before she believed Trump inflated his net worth to get good deals on loans from lenders and other financial benefits. Ms. James won in a court judgment of over $450 million against the Trump organization. Trump is appealing, and it's pending. The entire scope of the grand jury probe in Albany, Dana, is unclear. Grand juries are secretive, but we've learned from these well-placed sources it stems from a recent strike force set up inside the Justice Department to investigate an alleged plot to tie Trump to Russia in 2016. Sources say that strike force has expanded to other topics. Now, to recap, the Justice Department has initiated grand jury proceedings in Albany, New York, against the Empire State Attorney General Letitia James. But remember, this is important. A grand jury simply decides if there's enough evidence to indict. To be clear, we are told this is very early in the process, and no one, as I speak to you right now, is facing any charges at this time. Fox News reached out to Attorney General James's office multiple times, but we've yet to hear back. Dana?
All right, David. Washington.
Of course, you haven't heard anything back. And even if you do, she's just going to say, well, these allegations are just Trump going after his opponent, trying to seek revenge. Come on now, stop it. Stop it. Clearly campaigned on going after Trump. We got the footage. Goodness gracious, man. But anyway, y'all let me know. Do you think Adam Schiff and or Letitia James will face time for their crimes? Let me know. I think that one of them may. I think at least one of them will be found guilty when it's all said and done. Obviously, we're super early in all of this. Super early in all of this. But I think when it's all said and done, at least one of them will be found guilty. But that's just my humble opinion. What's yours? Let me know in the comments, all right? Stay safe out there. Peace and love. I'm out.